Okay. So, story time. I'm gonna be kind of quiet because Lex is back there sleeping. He might be waking up. But, anyways, I'm gonna say this as fast as I can. So, in order of operation. So, on October 11th, 2022, um, I still had my mom. We took the kids to school, dropped them off at like 7:30ish, and then from there we went to Dunkin's and then over to the dealership where her car was at because they were working on it. Sat there and picked up her car, left my mom's car, or left my mom at like 8:45ish. Like, we were at the dealership for about 20 minutes. So, anyways, we were there at the dealership for about 20 minutes. Left my mom and came home, and it was Daniel's vacation, so we were trying to get used to this new haircut, but left there, came home. It was Daniel's vacation, so we was getting ready for the next Harry Potter night movie. Got the kids from school, and then we had Harry Potter night. The first night my mom wasn't with us for Harry Potter night this year. So that's what happened on the 11th. Like, not much happened if you think about it, but that's what happened. So I kept getting a call from the National Police and Troopers. It was like a 1855 number. And I kept getting a call from them. Well, I missed it the first time. So I instantly, like, there was no voicemail, no nothing. So I instantly called my grandmother and I was like, hey, are y'all okay? Like, you know, like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm on so many people's emergency contact list. Like, I need to know, y'all okay? So they're like, yeah, we're fine. You know, it's probably a scam, blah, 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 blah. Well, okay, no big deal. Then I got another call a couple of days later, and another call a couple of days later. And then Monday, I was, because I think I've said on this channel before, we're dealing with a case of head lice. I got rid of it. My daughter came home from school with it. No, I'm not saying cut your hair short, but it makes it easier when you have a thick, dark hair and it's long and you're trying to comb through it and everything, trying to get them out when you're doing it by yourself. And then, my daughter's hair is really thin and long. It's not like long, but it's thick. It's thin and long, so it tangles easily. And, sitting there trying to pick out, all of it and everything, trying to get rid of them and constantly trading. It'd just be easier if she had shorter hair. I'm not saying that she's going to go with the pixie cut. I don't know what she's got picked, but, so we have plans on getting her hair cut. She wants it cut. It's fine. She's okay with it. I went with the pixie cut because I never got the pixie cut before. My moms were like, hey, you should get the pixie cut. Get the pixie cut. Let me do the pixie cut. Let me do the pixie cut. Let me do like a semi-pixie cut on you. Just trying to get me to, like, do something like a pixie cut. So I was like, all right. So Monday I went, got my hair cut with her, and she did it. Well, then yesterday I got an email, and I'm not putting the names of the detectives. I'm not posting the picture of the girl. I'm not doing any of that. One, out of privacy. Two, I don't want to give like the location or anything, because then it would be like narrowing it down to where I live. You know what I mean? So, and it's YouTube, so I don't know. But anyways, I got an email I got a Facebook email from one of the detectives from the county that this Walmart's at, and they were like, hey, we're looking for Destiny. I'm not gonna say my last name, but we're looking for Destiny, and this is Detective so and so, and we're trying to get a hold of you regarding a situation that happened on 10/11/22 at this Walmart. Well, I replied back, and I was, because, like, you never know when something's scam or not. Like, you don't know. So I replied back and I was like, I haven't been to that location in 3 years to buy anything. I was there back in April when my aunt bought, or I didn't say all this, but I was back in April when my aunt needed to do a money order, but like we didn't purchase anything, we didn't go. As a matter of fact, I don't even think I went inside. To my recall, I don't think I went inside. I could have, but I don't remember going in. So, and then I called the county, so not the city, but the county. I called the county police department and I said, hey, do you have this detective? They're looking for me, blah, 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 blah. And they were like, no, it's a scam. You can try the city. Yeah. The city of which that store is at. I'm sorry. I said county originally, but you can call the city of where that store is at and call the police department there and get a hold of them and see, if they have that. But they said, as of right now, reply back and say, hey, I got a hold of the police department, this is not real, blah, 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 blah. So that's what I did. Well, then Daniel gets off from work, and I thought that was the end of it. Daniel gets home from work, he checks his phone, and he goes, where was you? Or he was like, what was you doing 10/11/22? And I started laughing. Like, I was like, did they send you the same thing? Like, did they really just send you the same thing? Like, trying to get you to call them, get your information, but, scam. He goes, no, actually, he said, there's a detective, or there's, like, this account that has, this detective's name, but it's not the same as this person, and they're looking for you. And I'm like, so they got a hold of you looking for me. Okay. So at that point, I started to call the number, and then I hung it up. And then I called the city police department. And I was like, hey, do you have this detective? And I said, like, I read to them the message that I got. And they said, yeah, actually, we do. We have both of them detectives. Before I go into this, the account that it was from the detective's partner, or the partner that was trying to get hold of me, if that makes any sense. That makes any sense. Like, this detective used the other detective's account to get a hold of me. So they were like, which one do you need to speak to? And I was like, I'll speak to the detective that was listed in the message. So I got I was talking to him and everything. It's legit. About 40 people all throughout, like, Facebook sharing this, and they could see who shared what and what location, and reading all the comments and stuff. About 40 people plus, like, 3 people that called in, one of which that called in said, like, they all said it was me. The one person that called in and said that it was me was, they gave my phone number, and they said that they sent them my direct Facebook link. Nobody tagged me, but people were mentioning and saying that, hey, that's me, this is me, this is me, this is her, blah, 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 this is her. And I'm like, that's not me. So for one, I wasn't even there. And I was talking to him and everything, and I said, this was before I got to see the link. It's, the link of what they were talking about. And I said, he asked me, he was like, was I there? And I was like, no. I said, as a matter of fact, all of this, and he didn't give a time of when it happened, but I told him, like, my whereabouts and where and all I was that day, and he goes, well, he was like, it doesn't make sense anyways, or he said, for it to be you, it doesn't make sense, because if I was at the dealership, and they have video surveillance footage showing that I was at the dealership, then, at the time that this happened, then it wouldn't have been me. That makes any sense. So I told him that, and then I was like, the other thing is my Daniel has been working at the Walmart by our house since he was 18, and he'll be 32 this year. You do the math. And I was like, I would never jeopardize his job like that because he's with me, and I wouldn't want to jeopardize his job like that. And 2, I wouldn't want to put my kids in a situation where they didn't have their mom and I'm sitting in jail because of something stupid and illegal, and everything in between. And he goes, well, he said the girl that he said the woman that is in the pictures that we were able to capture in the video. Now, I didn't see the video. I'll tell you that. I did not see the video. But he goes, in the video that we were able to look at while we was at Walmart, and the photos that we shared, he said what had happened was she got caught stealing, and she had blankets, and she was taking the blankets and wrapping them up with other merchandise. And when she got caught, she was like fighting with the employees. She dropped everything and she went running out the door and almost hijacked the car, thinking that was her car. And then she went to her car and left. And I was like, okay, first of all, I said, I'm not trying to be politically correct on anything, because I call vans cars and unless it's like a truck. But anyways, it happens. But I said, so there's a couple of things that don't make sense on my behalf that I could tell you right away that it wasn't me. I said, first of all, I can give you the exact way I went. When I left the dealership, I could tell you the exact way of how I got home. I said, there's probably like street footage cameras. And I said, I take the same route every time. Like the same route, and then I'll either jump on the highway or go a little bit down and go down. But I mean, they're not that far off from each other. They're maybe like a mile and a half interstate to road, or like turn. So I was like, no, like, I can give you all that. And I gave him all that. And then I said, the other thing is I physically cannot run. I have muscular dystrophy, and actually I said I have Charcot-Marie tooth, and I have a really bad hip. So my walk and everything would be enough to tell you that that's either me or it's not me. And I said, that's not me. And I said, we haven't been there. And I said, I use a handicap cart when I go in there. I use a disabled handicap electric cart anytime I go into any stores. I physically cannot walk it. I can walk from the store, or I can walk from my car to the inside of the store and maybe a little bit around. But I can't walk more than like 3 or 4 minutes walking around the store. I physically can't. And I said, so the fact that she was supposed to be in there, and I'm guessing she had to be in there for a while, she was like wrapping things and, trying to figure out things and whatnot. I can't do that. And I can't run. So I said, it wasn't me. And I said, I'm not going to fight off employees and, like I said, lose Daniel's job and all that. And he goes, that makes sense. I said, and there's no physical way it's me. So while I'm on the phone with them and everything, Daniel's telling them the same thing. I got on Daniel's phone and I asked the original account, it's the same account that got a hold of me, they got a hold of Daniel. And I asked them on there, I said, can I please have the link of the girl or the woman that is in trouble, because I would like to share it. To get her caught and everything. And, curiosity being, I want to know what this girl looks like. Who and all saying it's me. Well, nobody commented on the original link. But, I got it. The girl's hair color is almost like mine. In the video, or in the photos, her hair is a lot longer in the full back. My hair came to like right here. Like it's like right here, somewhere in between. I forget how long it was when I chopped it, but it wasn't me. Her lips, her nose, and everything, her stance, like, I can't even do the same facial expression she did. She was like, I can't do it the way that she did it. It's not me. The eyebrows are different. Like the position of her eyes are different. Her face, it is round, but it's more like straight and then round, or like straight, and it's weird to explain. And it's not me. So the detective was like, okay, if you have all that, but I just want to let you know that because so many people have tipped that, or has called in and said that it looks like you, and that we have to go and do that. He said, try not to leave if you get a warrant and everything. He said, don't be expecting a warrant, because for a fact that's not you. But Because, you know, we do have people that say it's not them and ends up being them. You know, people will lie. But I don't expect them more, but knowing my life, I probably would get one. Like, it's my life. Like, it's my life. It's just so funny. And I just, like, I don't understand. I really don't understand, like, this whole concept of how everything happened and when and what and where. Like, it, it blows my mind. But also at the same time, like, and I've had it happen to me numerous times. One time Mason was going through a sleep regression, and my grandfather was getting surgery early in the morning. And this was before we knew that he had ADHD and insomnia really bad. So while he was getting surgery, instead of having a toddler running around screaming and throwing a fit, we went out to my grandfather's car. Sorry, I'm like pushing these back on my ears and turning them. But instead of going and doing all that, we went out to the car. Mason ended up falling asleep in his car seat, which instantly he fell asleep. So, like, I had my head laid on his car seat, and I ended up falling asleep too. This was at the VA hospital. And, I mean, I went like 5 days with no sleep. None. That boy did not take a nap. That boy did not, he didn't sleep at night. I literally went without sleep. And everybody that knows the whole situation will tell you that he did not sleep. And even now, like, he sometimes just doesn't sleep at night. He's older now, so, like, if he doesn't sleep, I know he's not going to get into anything. Like, he knows that he could read a book. He knows that, he knows what to do and not do. You know what I mean? He's almost 9. Like, he knows, like, you don't go, like, messing with the stove, and I don't have to panic as much as, like, a toddler. But anyways, so we were at the VA, and the police came and knocked on the window. And I was like, huh? And I was like, we had a couple people call saying that you OD'd in the car and that you weren't responsive, blah, blah, blah. I'm a light sleeper. I hear everything. And I was like, how many times did you knock? And they was like, just once. Just the one that you heard. I was like, I heard that. I woke up. I said I'm a light sleeper. And I explained to them. They were like, oh, okay, and I explained to them the situation of the surgery and, everything. And he was still asleep. And then I had another situation every second year of preschool. Yes, it was her second year of preschool. Lex was a year old. Yes, so second year of preschool. I had a situation where we were at the preschool, and there was an hour difference between the time Mason got dropped off and the time that Aubrey got dropped off from their schools. So we went over there, and we were in Daniel's car. I didn't have the van yet at this point, but we were in Daniel's car. And it was when I was taking Daniel back and forth to work, waiting to figure out what to do about the van, get another vehicle, blah, blah, blah. Well, Aubrey was on this side, Lex was behind me, and Lex could not see the fire trucks, and Lex was obsessed with fire trucks. He was, even now, he's still obsessed with vrooms. So, I, leaned my head over so he could see the fire trucks that were right, the schools here, the fire trucks, the fire station was right across the road. And I, leaned my head over. Nobody knocked. Nobody did anything. And I just laid my head there. I did not go to sleep. Honest to God, I did not go to sleep. And I just had my head laying over there while he watched them bring out the fire trucks, and they drove them around and cleaning them and everything. He was watching. I laid my head over so he could see from his car seat. I had the police come. Well, first I had an old man knock on my window, and I looked up and I rolled my window. I said, "Can I help you?" He goes, "I'll just make sure you was okay. People OD all the time, and we'll just make sure you're okay." I said, "Yeah, I'm fine." I was just leaning my head over so the toddler could see out of the car, see out. He was like, "Oh, okay." Not even 2 minutes later, I had 2 police cars behind me. They had me get out, and they were asking me questions. They were asking Aubrey questions, and at this point, the teachers came out, the administrator came out and everything, and they were like, well, why are you parked here if she don't go to school until 8:30? It's only 8:15, you know, because at this point it was like 8:15. It was like, it's 8:15, and, you know, we had a couple of people call saying that you OD'd in your car, and I'm like, I have never once touched any drugs in my whole entire life. Oh, except for Tylenol, ibuprofen when my muscular dystrophy flares up, or my hip, and occasionally, what the heck is it called? It's the pink, like, bubblegum flavor stuff that you have to take when you're a kid. Amoxicillin for my ear infections and stuff. Like, I don't do drugs. I don't. And the school was, you know, teachers and all them were like, she always comes early. She's like, she's got a toddler that loves fire trucks and stuff. And, you know, it's just, you're out and about. You know, you got kids in the older school and you're on the other side of town. So why get out to load back up in like 20 minutes to come all the way over to school? It makes no sense. So, you know, after all that got situated, the teachers were like, so we're just going to go ahead and take Aubrey on into the school. And if you want to, you can go on home. It's no big deal. There's only like 10 minutes until school opens up. You know, we'll sign her in or anything. And I'm like, y'all want to, but I'm like, this is my life. I don't understand how I get caught doing illegal stuff when I don't do those illegal things. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And then I had, just last month, I found out that I had a situation with, not gonna say names, not gonna say like how I know them, not gonna say anything like that because it's still an ongoing investigation. But I found out that these people were sitting there and claiming us for food stamps and KTAP, and like even Lex and Daniel, that nowhere related to them, like not past relationship, not nothing of nothing, and they've been claiming us for like 8 years. Government assistant, for housing, Section 8, insurance fraud, saying there's a copay when there's no copay. You know, like, it's like, what the heck, man? Why does this always happen? Always happens. I don't understand this always happens. And I'm currently, not to go like squirrel on you, but I'm currently sitting at my house. And I see that we need to get caulking up, and I have a freaking woodpecker, and I know because I've heard him twice, but he pecks at my house. And I gotta figure out how to get rid of that woodpecker, because this is like, I have 1, 2, hold on, 1, 2, 3, those are drilled, but those have to be filled, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I already counted those, and then I got like trim that has to be caulked. So I'm gonna have to have Daniel get up there with a caulking gun and caulk that all from that freaking woodpecker. And those are just the ones I can see. And then, you know, half of those are where they were drilling for the internet and all that, so those all have to be filled. But, you know, it's just a thing. It's like, why my life? Why me? What did I do? But I'm gonna hop off of here and let y'all go. I'm still currently a suspect until they find her, and, you know, it's a fun time in the neighborhood. But I'm gonna get off of here. It's currently 12:05. Daniel has like 45 minutes until he gets off work. Kids get out at school in a little bit, so yeah, fun times. Alright, I'm gonna upload this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and give us a big thumbs up, and I'll see y'all in another video. Bye, guys.